Hi! Konbanwa! Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat! Good evening, apricots! My name is Anzu, and I'm an apricot that delivers packages from me to you. And today, we're going to continue the Great Ace Attorney. That's right. We're about to start Chapter 2 or Case 2, whatever they call it in this game. Case number 2, I'll go with that one. Alright. So, as you can see, I am a bit more prepared this time. Look at me! Look at me! I have my badge. I guess it's the attorney badge. I'm gonna guess it is. I have the wristband on my arm and my sword at my back. Alright. Okay, let's do this. Okay, start playing from this save game data. Yes! It's correct, right? Let's do it! Let's go! Oh, by the way, I hope you've been having a good day, evening, or whatever time it is. The adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. There's a band?
狭い部屋の片隅、深い闇の中で、ホームズと私は息を潜めて待っていた。やがて通気口からシューシューと低くうなるような音が聞こえてきた。その瞬間、突然ホームズが飛び出して闇の一点をステッキで鋭く打ち据えた。
Wait, is this Sherlock
ホー
Holmes?
ムズの張り詰めた声が空気を震わす。
Oh, it is. He said Wilson.
私がランプの遮光板を上げると、部屋の情景がぼんやり浮かび上がった。ホームズは部屋の隅を睨みつけて、私に向かってつぶやくように言った。被害者が死の間際に言い残したまだらの紐という謎の言葉。その恐ろしい正体こそがこいつだったのだよ、ワトソン。そこには巨大な毒蛇が牙をむき、威嚇するようにとぐろを巻いていた。それは世にも恐ろしいまだらの紐だった。
Why is there a snake? Hiss. 9th January, 6:37 a.m. on board the steamship Buria. Buria? What a name. Wonder what language it's from. Oh! Animation!
それでは謎解きを始めるとしようか。この奇怪なる殺人事件、その真相をね。
何？
失礼。犯行時、扉は内側から缶抜きがかかっていた。缶抜きに細工された痕跡はない。犯行の際、この現場は完全な密室状態だったわけだ。
What an eccentric man.
被害者は死の間際にメッセージを残したようだ。ここに落ちているインクを使って書いたと考えられる。
Wait, he has a photo printer?
被害者はロシア人ということか。
I want one.
全く乱れは感じられない。被害者は相当意志が強かったのだろう。
開けるな。Is that 開けるな？
このメッセージとは明らかに違う。いや、これはむしろ人種が違うと断言してもいいかもしれない。
What is that?
札を貼ったのは犯行時間の直前、被害者自身だったようだな。
What?
これは。
一体貴様は何なんだ。好き勝手しやがって。
What's happening
海洋
here?
警察が到着するまで現場に手を触れず待つべきだ。
その必要はない。どうやら今から5秒以内に諸君を犯人に紹
The
介する。
killer?
バカを言うな。殺人現場だぞ。しかも奇怪な密室殺人だ。
それでは密室の謎、その封印を解くとしましょうか。
Who's that?
まさかその中に犯人が。
一体君は何者なのだ。僕は大英帝国が誇る世界の名探偵なのです。
It is Sherlock Holmes.
シャーロック・ホームズ。
Sherlock Holmes.
知らないとか？
Sherlock Holmes. Who is inside? What? They don't even show us. What? Who is there? What? Maybe it was me all this time. What? Oh, who's talking in this one? Ugh, my head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Is it naruhodo? Eh? Oh, it is. It's Ryunosuke. It's naruhodo. Wait, I can't move. Oh? Ah, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? Eh? Who's talking? So you wake up now, huh? Oh, the sailor guy. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. Wait, Naruhodo is the one in the cabinet? I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are the true cold-blooded man. You? Huh? You found me then? Duh, we found you, and now you pay criminal. Wait, what country uses duh? Is this Russian? Are they Russian? How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, huh? Sorry? Now you have been found. It is time to admit to your crimes. Hold up. Am I the accused again? Oh, trouble finds me everywhere. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, huh? No, I'll tell you everything. Oh, who's talking now? There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Oh, okay, it's Mikotoba's daughter, Susato. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Hold up, who did I kill this time? Eh? Miss Susato. Probably in Japanese it's like, Susato-san! Wait, what did you say? Take his life? Where is he? Wait, who's he? Kazuma? Wait, huh? Is he the victim? Huh? Where's Kazuma? No. No! Don't tell me Kazuma's dead? Ha! You pretend you do not know? You are a wolf in sheep's pelt. You mean clothing, but okay. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Huh? I would never kill Kazuma. Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? I don't want to play anymore. But he can't be. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. I didn't. I would never do this. No, Kazuma. No! Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? I can't even read it happy. He's dead. I can't. No, not my Kazuma. I mean our Kazuma. Ha 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 ha. Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? Oh, he died trying to take his wife with him. I mean his husband. I mean his boyfriend. I mean his best friend. It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed her traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was gonna die. Wait, I was in the suitcase? Well, I am just 5'1". Honestly, I think I would fit in one. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. I'm not gonna comment. I'm not gonna comment. I'm not gonna say what was in my head. No, let's move on. You must be even less of a man than you look. Kazuma, man, you're shading your best friend too much. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Breathe in, Anzu. Don't say what's in your brain right now. Don't say it. Don't say it. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. 50 plus days in the cabin? So that's like what? Around 2 months and some days? Well, I can stay in my room for more than 2 months. I think I can do that. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do you need to keep it a secret? Oh, sorry, this is Ryunosuke. What I want to know is, why do you need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From a faithful judicial assistant, Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. Oh, that's thoughtful. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together.
We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself.
I'm sorry if you're Russian and I'm butchering this. I have no idea how you really sound like, so blame popular media.
Murderer!
No, I'm not a murderer.
Da! You said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but... Murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san.
Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you too.
Those eyes, she looks like she's ready to destroy me.
This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Instinct-wise, I would ask about Kazuma's death first, because I care about him. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls.
What?
Wait, is this like those locked room mysteries? It reminds me of Detective Conan. But I think it's from the Sherlock Holmes books, right? Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't actually read any of the books. I only know the stories because of, like, you know, popular media, how they adapted it. Or to put it in another way, the culprit could have only been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation?
This is impossible.
How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge even despite the circumstances?
Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me.
The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then? That's true, yes.
Kazuma! Wait, I was not prepared to have him dead. No, again. Okay, about the incident.
Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone.
Please.
Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all.
Well, yeah, I was, but... I wouldn't kill my husband. I mean, my boyfriend. I wouldn't kill Kazuma.
He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when he managed to get inside... Wait, I can't process he's dead. No! Why are all the characters I love die? There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. Wait. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had Ryunosuke. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. I guess the stowaway. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yeah, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No! That wouldn't have been impossible, obviously. That would have been impossible, obviously. Oh, she's cute. I like her sprite's movement. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. This is so cute. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. You will not understand the love between these two men. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? This sounds like a confession scene. I'm sorry. Okay, concentrate, Anzu, concentrate. Oh, the suspense. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. Chotto! Chotto! It sounds like a confession scene! I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yeah, you did say that. But I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can't there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level... Oh no, here it comes. If you were to become a lawyer, then... Oh, why are you sad? Are you gonna be sad because he won't have time to spend with you?
Then what?
Nothing. Forget it.
Ah. Nani?
Kazuma-sama is. He was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you.
Why are you sad? Are you jelly? Ooh, jelly. Jelly. Jelly.
Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact.
Okay, last night. Yube wa nani?
If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. I wonder what did he eat? It's probably drugged. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep.
Well, yeah.
So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed?
Well, yeah.
That sounds so suspicious, I know. I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really?
Is something wrong?
Oh, no, it's... Please forget it.
Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it.
I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this.
Ugh.
Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied while whoever did this walks free? No! I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me.
Eh, nani?
Oh!
Hey?
Did she just throw me upside down? ちょっと待って。This has to work. We gotta match the you gotta match the scene, right? Yeah. ちょっと待って. There we go. All right, perfect. Okay. What the? That was a Susato takedown. Susato what? What martial art form is that? Eh? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. Oh, easier said than done, but okay, sure. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awkward crime. Okay, just a moment. It's kind of difficult to find out evidence upside down, you know? Okay, university collar pin. Proof that I'm a student at the Imperial Yume University. I always wear it on my collar of my uniform jacket. What's this one? Paper seal. I really think it says Akeruna in katakana, but I'm not sure of the very last character. Kazuma would stick this over the doors of the wardrobe for me. It says keep out in Japanese, though I'm not sure the Russian crew can actually read it. I guess it's this one, because if it was on the closet, then that means if they found it still that way, there's no way I could have gone out and put it back on my own, right? So this has to be it. This has to be the one. What's our percent again? No, I can press it, I think. There you go. Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always puts it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course! The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Hey guys. How do I get back up? I don't remember. I forgot the rest of the song. Oh my god, hold on. How do I get back? Wish, wish. Hi. Am I back straight? No? What about now? Too much? Oh. Ta-da! Okay. Okay, where were we? Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No.
Eh? What?
I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position.
What does she think I am? A magician? I'm Hodene? Who done it? Who didn't it?
For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here.
Okay, that can work. Yeah, that can work. Hold on.
Yeah, there we go. I'm more upright. There we go. Something felt off.
Alright.
I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts.
Oh,
I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example.
right.
The only trick I know is like peekaboo. And making my food disappear on my plate, yeah. That's the only trick. Those are the only tricks I know. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death!
Yeah, we're gonna avenge our husband's death. Ooh.
Okay. Ooh! Present, move, converse, examine. Oh, this is kind of nice. Oh.
Oh, okay. What's this?
Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet you... Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can! I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship?
Ugh.
Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah, yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? What is this? Oh, it's a tutorial. I'm sure you're careful to look all around using BM, aren't you? Now let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. So basically, they're just telling us we can go left and right. Oh, that's neat. There's a check mark. That's new. They don't usually do that before. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Okay, that one's not also examinable. What's this? Is this his sword? That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone. But I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Okay, that one's not counted. What about this?
Eh, nani?
That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Eh, nani?
Oh, sorry, I pressed it by accident. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Kazuma-sama didn't like the chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Hell no! That doesn't mean... I mean, does that mean... Poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this cabin with an empty belly? Oh, it's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Okay, it's the same thing. Even if I press the knife. Okay, let's press something else. Skipu. I think I turned off the skip text because, oh my gosh, sometimes I accidentally like skip something. What's that? It's a bell? What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Netsuke fastener. Hold on, let me just look that up real quick. Gotta be sure about what I'm about to say. Just a moment. Okay, I'm right. So the netsuke is like a what do you call this? It's like a little figure that you attach to your kimono. What's the best example I could think of? It's like a little keychain that you put at the belt of a kimono. Yeah, basically. Hi. I think they were just purely ornamental. Yeah, basically it's like the keychain of the ancient times. It's kind of like the keychain you put on your bag, but this one was like on the belt of the kimono usually. They're still being used nowadays, but I think not as much. Usually it's like a sign of craftsmanship of the person who created it. And if it was created by someone really good or famous, it's like you were able to afford that craftsmanship kind of feel. Yeah. It's like if you have a keychain and it's like rare or special, you know the person has ka-ching ka-ching or not, right? Like money or means to get it. Yeah. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? And the mark beside it. What is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Oh my gosh, was he hit by a brick? Oh, that's sad. That's not the way to go. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
I'm not a pet.
What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. The books have fallen all over on the shelf. Look. They've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well? And yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training? Do you think? I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps it was you, Naruhodo-san? In a fit of rage? I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, since they're all in the same direction, I'm guessing the ship probably tilted. That happens, right? It's like the sea version of turbulence in the airplane, right? What do you call it? Is it also called turbulence? If you know, let me know in the comment. In the comments below. Nya nya. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess.
No, lady, that's tampering evidence. Oi.
Aw, man. She's tampering the crime scene. That's a legal move. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which in hindsight I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Oh, there's some ink. It's purple. Oh. I've investigated thoroughly. I can find it. Okay, it's not counted. Okay, what about this one? Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. What is that? What language is that? Eh?
Tapaipo. Tapaipo. Tataepo ako.
Oh, sorry, that's Tagalog. It means I'm going to poop.
Tapaepo. Popo? Nani? I don't know.
Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he?
Oh, Kazuma-sama.
But I wonder, because this is definitely not Japanese. So did Kazuma write it, or did the culprit write it? Then that would mean that the culprit has to be a foreigner. Because I don't know if Kazuma knows Russian, if I'm guessing this is Russian, or any other foreign language.
Heh.
I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does this mean, I wonder?
It means it's Russian. Probably.
This is where Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. Fountain pen! Oh my god, I've been addicted to fountain pens lately. I literally bought 2 fountain pens on a whim
With my salary.
because oh my god, I love it so much. I also find it easier to write with for some reason. I don't know. Is it because I'm left-handed or something? I don't know. I love it so much. I'm saving my money to wait for a sale for a really nice fountain pen, and those really nice ink that have like glitters on or dual tone. Oh my god, they're so pretty. I'll shut up now. London Nikki, London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hey-ya! Oh, sorry. I should have made it more elegant. Hey-ya! I don't know. Whoa! That's out of the question.
Oh, not again. Not another Sasato takedown.
What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Wait, I'm a little slanted in the angle view. Let's do that. There you go.
Hehe.
Alright. I won't read it. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Wait, can I stand up now? Can I get back?
Help! There you go. I'm back.
I'm back upright. Alright, let's do this. Man, she's strong. She's strong. Can we examine this again? Oh no, there's a check mark. I didn't see it.
Okay, got a clicky. Tata Epo.
If you're Filipino, you understand. It just says, if you say tatae po, will poop.
Poopy wooey.
Alright, okay, what else do we got here? That's checked. Ooh, the whole desk is checked. What about this one? It's not. What about the lamp? Nothing important too. What about the vent on the upper left? Haha! I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if the purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that. I suppose maybe that's it. Oh, nani kore? Eh? He just faded in like some random meme on my newsfeed. Who's that? He wasn't there a while ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, haven't you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall! I like that, suspiciously tall. As someone who's only 5'1", everyone is practically suspiciously tall for me. Oh. Oh! Naruhodo-san, don't tell me... Do you really not know who that is? Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk? Or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? I know the feeling. By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case... If you press space on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sight and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, sorry, I hit my desk with my chair. Oh, please do. Okay, but first let's look around a bit more. So we're done with that. What's this? This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. Eh? What do you mean contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. You know, when they said bell cord, the first thing I thought about was Kuroshitsuji. It's Black Butler in English. Oh my god. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Ah, okay, I understand it now. She's the type that's interested to learn. So she's excited about Sherlock over there because of the interaction with a foreigner. I understand. Ding ding. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Oh, Susato-san. Poor girl, she just wanted to experience it. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time? Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yeah, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. I still can't accept that my Kazuma, our Kazuma, or is dead. When I went for help and the crewmen forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tensed all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Whoa, she pulled that book out of her sleeve, my dudes. Is this what they call the eternal pocket? Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Cold stare. Okay, let's talk to Sherlock here. Sumimasen. Excuse me. I don't know what voice to give him, sorry. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Oh! Hold! Hold on! I didn't even read what he said. I was just surprised. He's like a jump scare in those old school horror games. Ah! What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Whoa! Ah, I see! Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? I feel like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. Oh my god. You have been wait, what? Have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing towards foreign claims, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh. Well, that's true at least. My dog thinks I'm in trouble again. I'm okay, baby Uhtred. I'm okay. I'm just acting out as much as I can. Hi. Okay. But how? Oh, he has the pipe. How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction. Hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? Oh no, she's into it. But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary.
Eh?
You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
Eh?
And when the berry-boned? What is that? Berry-boned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes.
Eto. Yeah, I know he's weird, Utrecht. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you?
Certainly I am. Ha! Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name?
I don't even see one person who fits the bill. Oh yes, baby Utrecht. Oh, it's okay, baby. Behave.
Hold on, guys. My dog's trying to tell me something. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama.
What?
And you're plotting a revolution too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen, there's no way.
Okay.
Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Well, you got that right.
Get it done.
How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troublesome or troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yeah, maybe. Ha-ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that,
Well, to be honest,
this ship is en route to England and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you can call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles. Of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right.
huh?
I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, so they changed the name a bit.
I heard that Sherlock Holmes franchise or like thing is one of the hardest IPs to like get or to use. I think they're kind of strict on their IP and stuff. So I think that was one of the problems why this game wasn't really localized into English right away. but that's what I know, okay? I could be wrong. Disclaimer, I'm not sure. Hold on, let me just recover from the Susato takedown. Hurrah! Okay, I'm back. Alright. So, it's really you? The actual Herlock Sholmes? Wait, you know her? You know him? The very same, the inimitable actual Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, baby, not me. Oh, you wanna go out? Ah, okay. Just some momentum. Doggy wants to go out. Maybe he needs to pee. Hi. So just like my live stream, so I'm gonna keep this I'm gonna keep this for a moment. Oh shucks. Oh no. Do you know this man? Susato song? Okay, we'll keep it right there. I'll be right back. ごめんね. I'll be right back.
Just a short momentum. I'll be able to cut this off once I can afford to subscribe to Adobe or find a good editing software. I don't know. Alright guys, I'm back. Oh, look at my face. It was stuck that way. Hi. So let me just give Uhtred one treat again. Hey boy. Okay, just behave. Good boy. Okay. Okay, eat. Good boy. Alright, let's get back to this. Ow, my nail. Bent backwards. No! Alright. Okay, good boy, Uhtred. So Uhtred, for those who don't know, is my dog. He's a Welsh Corgi. So they're the ones without the tail. So he pees kind of often. Alright. Okay, let's get back to this man. Hi, hi. Okay. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world, Naruhodo-san. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. Well, except for Naruhodo. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? I will converse with you, Englishman. What were you just investigating? Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Susato-san? Aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. What the hell is smattering? Sayonara, bonsai, mikado. Nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. Ha? But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters of which I can read precisely none. Oh, he's talking about kanji. So what was all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madam. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
A whistling sound?
These are very deep waters. Yeah, we're British, so we can't have tea in water. These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? Wait, so the band is not an actual band? I thought, it was like a singing band thingy-mabob. So it's not that kind of band? Eh? I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin.
Kazuma's diary has been entered into the court record.
Alright, Kazuma's death. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Ah, I see.
In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, 2 facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? 2 facts, you say? Oh. 2 facts.
Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Yes, but first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2.
But he's still holding number 1, but anyway.
Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following... The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor.
Tapai Pablo. I don't know what that's saying. I'm so sorry, Russians. I have no idea how you write or speak.
That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left the dying message in Russian? In the final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Wait, what? Wait, what? This man, he's pulling his theory right from his buttocks. Oh my god. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Kick. Initially, I considered Garderobe, maybe the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so! I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Please tell me, guys, you don't believe that, right? Right? Oh, our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. No! No! I don't like this picture. No. No. Kashima-sama. Kashima-sama. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Kazuma-sama! Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yeah, thanks. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the courtroom. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that. Ah yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Oh my god, what is that? I have no idea what that is. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian? You're rushing me. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. The now famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part? Ah yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. I don't think I remotely look like that picture. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered.
Since when was Kazuma a Russian?
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary, one who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik!
No, how could this be me? I don't look anything like this man, just look at his face.
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Huh. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Please.
And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more?
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. Ah yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters? I wonder. And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan?
Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place.
Here, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you?
I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. The article about the revolutionary has been entered into the court record. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back?
Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Let's ask him about the great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again?
Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it?
No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication.
Oh yes, Rand's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then?
Indeed I am. Oh, this is breaking the wall.
And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective.
Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backwards.
Backward.
My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
You have a biographer, do you?
Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
Dr. Wilson? Wait, is it the same dude that died in the first case? Or maybe it's a different person. Maybe it's a different person.
I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form.
A science? Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data.
Right.
And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can he look me in the eye and claim that?
So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Man, this guy is out there, you know?
So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being at least.
Do you have somewhere to go? Oh, Uhtred, what's wrong? Oh, you already went out, baby. Stay. Okay? Stay. My dog wants to go out again, but he already went out.
As it happens, the victim's writing in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to?
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough.
Do you think perhaps that we could go with you?
No, that would be somewhat complicated.
Huh? But why?
A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer.
Oh, these.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no?
There's no point trying to turn it into a question. Tren, you went out already, okay? Behave. Doggy wants my attention. He's taking me away from you guys. Man, my doggy's a jealous little one.
You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Ah, sorry, that was Ryunosuke. I switched the voice.
What do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. Wait, if you're not the one who named me culprit, who did? Hey? You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Haha.
Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So, what were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
And now he's just being plain rude.
He's weird. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Richard, no. Stay. Stay.
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
Huh?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way. Hiya! After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? Oh wow, I'm the one giving up. Wow, thanks a lot, Susato. You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? Well, you rolled me over first. As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part.
Oh, Utrecht, that's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay.
I still think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for the chance to slip next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice. Alright, so we're back to investigating. Oh wait, who's that? Is that... Oh my god, is that... Wait, I just realized, is that Hosonaga-san? Hosonaga-san? Hey? Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Oh my... It's Hosonaga-san! He comes back. Oh my gosh, is he like the Larry of this game where, you know, he's everywhere? I recognize that face, but it can't be. Oh my god, it is him. It is! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Alright. Oh my gosh, if he's going to be in the future cases in this kind of situation, like he's an employee out of nowhere, oh my god. Special orders. So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? Not gonna lie though, I still think Hosonaga-san's kinda cute too. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Oh!
Yeah, Uhtred, I know, he's a bodyguard.
It was Minister of Justice Jikoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even be a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jikoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. Okay, so I just remembered this. For what I know, I think Jikoku is like one of those gods of the underworld. I'm not entirely sure. Jikoku also means hell, actually. So if you know Jikoku Shoujo, that's girl from hell. So yeah. But for what I know, it's also an entity, and he's the dude who decides whether you go to heaven or hell, basically. Like, are you going to reincarnate or are you going to suffer in hell? Well, that's what I remember. Yeah, that's what I remember. I think it's a Buddhism thingy. I'm not entirely sure because it's been a while since I brushed up on the literature and stuff, but I think it's under Buddhism. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off of him the entire time we've been on board. From morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Oh, he's guilty. Oh, I understand. If I was assigned to protect someone and I thought that person was good or important, I would feel the same. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word.
Well, give me permission to investigate, please.
We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not! We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
You don't have to do that, Hosonaga-san, though. Oh, Tren, it's okay. It's just voice acting. Stay. Behave. Okay, baby? Behave, doggy.
But I don't see how... There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? Oh, wait. We haven't examined the newspaper, right? Hold on. Examine. So, Sherlock... Herlock. Sholmes, our boy, told us to read the back page, I think.
She's pretty. What is she?
This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Oh, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Ha! Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, doesn't he? Mr. Sholmes? It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Susato's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They have requested international assistance at all ports with sailing to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be a Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
Okay. So we have a missing prima ballerina, Pavlova. Okay.
But her picture is pretty, not gonna lie. This is the dude. What evidence can we give? It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use. So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use.
I don't know. What can we use? 何かな?
What can we use? Is it this one? But you want evidence to look through the next door, right? This one could be because of the dangling ventilator thingy. I don't think the newspaper is the thing. So it's either the diary or the paper seal. That's what I'm going to bet on. But since it's evidence to investigate next door, let's use this one. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, "What looked like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill." A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move and we can leave this cabin at last. Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out.
Okay, so now we can move. Nice Nacho.
Ah, so this is what they did for moving locations. So we have the passageway that connects the first-class cabin on the SS Boria. January 9th, 7:48 a.m. SS Boria first-class cabin passageway. Phew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch. And he looks enormous even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I should have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yeah, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. Oh, what's this? It's the map of the ship. This looks like a plan of the SS Borea. It shows each deck. Look. The Borea is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now actually, but how is it that such a large lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. It is? Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. I don't know where this is going. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. Ship protocols? I think that's what's written on the book. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san. Even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Okay, that's not investigatable, if that's a word. Oh, what about this one? What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, this I have to see. What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs.
I don't think that's what an emergency is supposed to be, Naruhodo-san.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
Huh?
I wish everything would just stop. This ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. Hey, what's that? Ah, a trap for catching mice. Oh, it's a mouse trap. Okay. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think that is what is called cheese. It's made from milk of cows.
Cheese?
Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But... Huh?
I suppose you're right. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Okay, this is the room next door. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours, the one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever is in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask! Oh yeah!
Whoa, I was faced with the Great Wall of Chest. Nani kore?
Oh, excuse me, we, need to get inside this cabin here? Oh. This sailor's eyes speak volumes. They're clearly saying, keep out. That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective. It doesn't look like he's going to let us pass. That's a problem.
Wow, he pulled a Gandalf on us. Thou shalt not pass. Let's speak with him.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer! Oh, that wasn't a good start, was it? Oh, sorry, it's Ryunosuke. That wasn't a good start, wasn't it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid?
Oh my, that's so mean.
Oh. We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I'm not a sailor. My mother gave me a name. I am senior crewman, Beef Beef Stroganoff. Oh my god, he's named after the food, Beef Stroganoff. Oh my god. I love Ace Attorney. The way they name their characters is brilliant. Phew, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganov is not an animal. Thank you? If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi currently occupied? Ugh! Oh wait, no, is that da? I'm gonna guess that's the letter D. Duh! Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Oh my god, the whatever accent I'm coming out with, I'm so sorry. Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Person in the next door cabin. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He's very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman? Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Oh, you're gonna pull out that card, huh, Stroganoff? Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands. Why, I ought to have some people eat you up, beef stroganoff. That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time. I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important, is that right? That is not your business. Wow, rejection at its finest. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Duh, all the time. So criminals like you can come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Hey! Susato-san? Did you understand that? It was clearly a no. Oh wait, no, legit? That's the way to say no? Oh, I thought he was referring to a female like her, like she's suspicious. Oh my god, okay. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no! Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes. Alright. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly. Wait, is that a legit Russian expression? The lobster whistles at the top of the mountain? Is that a thing? Okay, I'm learning. Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Alright, okay. Now I'm contemplating if I cut this off like here, or do I just continue? But a part of me wants to keep going, honestly. So maybe at least until inspecting the cabin, ne? This is it. This is the cabin next to ours, the one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help us solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
Naku naku.
In Filipino culture, tao po! No reply. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Oh. Okay, it's a woman. Okay. Stand aside. Wait, who's this? Oh, it's Herlock. Stand aside. I'm about to break down the door. Break the door down. Mr. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off the hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't seem to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What? Pray, can I kick it? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. January 9. SS Burya, First Class Cabin Number 2.
Oh! Assassin-san!
Who are you? A Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
And he has some big scissors.
A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. Well, maybe under the table or bed or in the closet. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. Wait a minute, this is the guy who's in the newspaper. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Oh wait, there's a door behind him. Maybe it's past that door? Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe? Yes, that's me. And you are? I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt? No. I am a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the cover of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. This man uses that magazine like a business card.
A detective? I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. Oh no, maybe she's in the bag? but there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So I might be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk? Don't look at me. Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, the case just shook. Oh, something's in that case. And it's not dead. Leave now! Otherwise, I'll call the stewards. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimesby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. Oh, really? Sherlock, nani kare? Herlock, I mean. What about this bag? Oh, it's not included? Oh wait, no, this is the door we came from, is that right? Oh, it's not? What do you think you're doing? Oh! This is my cabin, get out! Could we just have a quick look inside your traveling case, perhaps? No! Ah, what a pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more that we can do. I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective who gets somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Okay. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, didn't I? Oh, okay. My guess is in Japanese, they're probably saying Sholmes-san, you know, with san at the end. So that's like the Japanese equivalent of Mr., Miss, or Mrs. So maybe he's trying to say, just call me Sholmes, meaning without the san. But the Japanese don't really do that unless they're close to someone or they're at the higher level than a person, like higher grade if it's school or higher job position or something. So I think they're making reference to that. So to Ryunosuke, just calling him Sholmes is Sholmes-san. But to Sholmes here, it's supposed to be without the honorific, the san. I get it. Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? No, actually you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why, the truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it?
Oh yes, please.
Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Oh my god, what? Wait, one more time. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
What a mouthful. My god, speak normally, man.
Eh? Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness?
I really don't think either of those should be occurring to you or anyone.
That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Shh! I must have complete silence.
What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What? What do you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tensions as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Oh, Naruhodo-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. She's fangirling.
That was a great deduction?
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? What ineffable twaddle.
Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true.
I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right.
How? How could you? How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate.
Okay, at this point, I think elucidate just means explain or elaborate. Honestly, I don't know really what it means.
I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
Oh. Oh. The great deduction. The game is afoot. Oh. Interesting. Old man's identity. Oh. So the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott. Obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Oh. It's the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. Newspaper, isn't it? You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Oh, wait, what? The beard? Really? Now moving on. Oh my god, he's doing all those fancy twirls. The question then begs is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Oh, so cut his beard so he doesn't look like his picture, is it? On the newspaper. Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Oh. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russian via Shanghai. Okay, maybe they look similar, but maybe they're actually two different people. And he doesn't want to look the same way as the true Bolshevik. So maybe that's why his reaction about the beard and stuff are a bit different compared to the certain points like the scissors and newspaper. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. My god, he's just going all fancy dramatic stuff. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand? Conclusion. A revolutionary on the run. Topic number 2. Wrongdoing. There's more? Now, as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. Oh! And the proof of this crime over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Oh! And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps? One slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd! And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me, we are not well suited for a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'eau, diole. I'm butchering this French word. Coupe diole. But trace you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another most stimulating article. Man, he just twirls around everywhere. If we turn from the fleeting revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Conclusion: kidnapping of a young ballerina. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the greatest deductions I've been hearing so much about. Was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know? But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment? Pray, what I can do for you? It's about your deductions, would you mind? Not at all, go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... these two men look nothing like each other. Ah yes, I recall our discussion earlier. At the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. Well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man that you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case, even if you pushed really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15 years worth of her... if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Oh dear. You might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deduction a while ago.
I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just that where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off. Your idea of a little may be a little of itself, Mr. Sato. It's just one or two keywords in his deduction that seems to let him down. Oh, I was right. So the part where he's not that reactive, it's wrong. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions? Yeah, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely. The thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Eh?
I'm free.
Huh? Oh, where are the handcuffs? Huh? How? How did... I felt that they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried, in fact I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
何これ?
Oh, turn around. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Law? Alright, let's see how this goes. So, the dubious-looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place, is the... Okay, it's the same dialogue a while ago, so I won't read all of them again. So basically, it's like our interrogation, so we gotta show some evidence. It has to be about his appearance. There we go. That's the cue. Oh. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? Actually, now that she mentions it, I was also thinking, do you cut beards with shears? Don't you use a razor usually? I doubt that's something I'll have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me though. It doesn't seem to be fitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means I suppose that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intends to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sherlock's... oh my god, I'm mixing the words now. The name. Mr. Sholmes' deduction better. Then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the only one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Voylot really going to use those enormous shears for? Enormous shears? I don't think it's the beard. Can we move down? Doesn't seem like it. Looks like we can't look lower. But isn't it supposed to be the... what do you call this? The newspaper? But if it's shears, then don't you normally cut your hair with it? But it's not one of the choices. There's no word. Oh, thick hat? I doubt it. Is there anything else we can press? The beard. Coat buttons. Well, why would you cut your coat buttons? I don't think he'll cut his ears. I mean, his, what you called it? The hat? Wait, is this part of the hair? Oh my god! I thought that was a scarf. Wait, are you the ballerina in disguise? But what would be inside her suitcase? Oh, now we do the swishing twirls. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. But you said beard. My god, Sherlock's. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit to an old man. Oh. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begs this: why would you desire to rid yourself of those magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is this article about the revolutionary. Okay. So the old man is actually a young woman. I already know what to show. Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business. Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on the next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true. Given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes. Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we know. As we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've read or heard about a young woman in this situation like that. She's the ballerina, guys. She's Nicola. Must be the girl version of Nicholas. Nicolas Cage. Is this you now? Alright, I'll do my best. Hi! article about ballerina. He's feeling it so much. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Damn, these guys are so twirly. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet Primus ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! I don't know how to voice that one. Ooh, are you alright, Nikolina? Huh? She's pretty! Why she's pretty? Why is she pretty? You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. She's so beautiful. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone.
Oh, nice.
Solved. What's her wrongdoing then? Did she even do anything wrong? Ah, she took the tiara with her. That's her wrongdoing. But who's in the suitcase? Or what is in the suitcase? She's probably wearing the tiara under her hat. I'm just guessing. Because it's big. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have propensity to let their eyes stray, you see? And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. And the answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to.
The proof that you're claiming about in a traveling case.
What did she glance at that's evidence of her crime? Oh, no, I see it. There we go. Wait, how do I turn? Oh, there we go. It's this one, the tiara. Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it out.
What? Me?
Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh no, I can't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Alright, okay, let's present something. I mean the tiara first.
Kaploot! Get wrecked!
The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. I don't know if it's robles or rubles, I'm so sorry. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully, taking the precious tiara with you. Hold on just a moment, minasan. Alright. She's so cute. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There is no point hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty.
What?
Sorry, what? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. A mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. I don't know how to pronounce that really. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all of this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still... Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. Then there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree. That's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Could it be the warning? Oh, it is! Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Oh, okay, I'm guessing she has a pet in her case, that's why it's moving. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case. Oh, that's cute. Oh. It's the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel rules of passage. A pet! The twirling thingy was cute, don't you guys think?
I wonder what kind of pet it is.
I don't think it's a dog since it's not barking. And a dog would be kind of big, right? Detection complete. Elementary. So clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimesby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The Borea is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could you really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. And that's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself? So no one would recognize me. I guess she meant disguise. As a result, you transformed yourself into a questionable old man. I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. Oh, that's why she screamed. I was so frightened. I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all of my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and at that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? And there's just one thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Yes, all right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something Mr. Shome's great deduction? It was certainly something, yeah. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes, what? Observe your risks.
I'm Jill again.
Oh, your hands are cuffed again.
What?
But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles.
When? And why?
There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Can't it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Alright. Okay, so I think this is a good part to cut off the video for today. Alright. So, on the next time I upload, sometime next week, probably Wednesday is my guess. Wednesday or Thursday, I think. Because it's what we call Holy Week in the Philippines. So it's like a holiday that's a week long, more or less. So since I don't have work on Thursday, I might upload the next installment by then. If not, then the usual Sunday, ne? Alright, so if you enjoyed your time here, please punch that like button and poke that subscribe button with your best smile. And if you don't mind putting an extra effort, go ahead and poke that notification bell as well, so you know if I've uploaded anything or if ever I get back to streaming once my internet gets better. Hi! I'm also available or found in Twitch. Feel free to support me there. All my socials are in the description of this video. Hi! So, Otsu Anzu. Now let's do my outro together. If you know it, say it with me. If you don't, listen well so we can do it together next time. Alright, here we go. And as always,
Kotonk.
I'll see you in the next package delivery. Bye-bye!
Alright, so I'm so sad that Kazuma-sama is dead. I'm too shocked that it's not processing yet, but oh my god, I can't believe he's dead. Kazuma!